Done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
One more time for the sleepy. Yo! Welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents is live on the Monday, July 11th. Good morning, weirdo.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody in Tucson. I missed you. I was out for a week, 10 days total for a vacation. Somewhat mandatory, felt mandatory. It wasn't any vacation that I could brag about. It was kind of just sitting around, not talking, and wanting to get back to work. That's how depressing my life is. You know, vacations are great in the summertime for people who make a living wage, but if you're not making a living wage, vacation is just like idle hands, man.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm chapped. I really haven't done much. I think I gained a couple pounds. I just ate-cation,
Vacation?
Yeah.
That's good.
So instead of like going, I know you went camping,
I did.
with the fam, and
Yep.
that looked like that was a fun time.
It was.
Instead of doing that or going to the beach or going to Mexico or going to Disneyland, these are all viable vacation options for normal Americans who all traveled, this week and the week before. The first 2 weeks of July is like the biggest vacation time of the year. This is why that we take vacations during this time, because we have less people listening, right? Because most people aren't working, and good for them. And as I was sitting there, just sitting around my house, just enjoying the delicacies of whatever I could whip together in my fridge and sleeping in, I realized that I don't do vacations right. So, it's a goal of mine to be able to figure out how to vacation here eventually. But,
there's lots to do in Arizona, though. I don't know why.
In July?
Dude, use Google. You could have Googled so many things to go do.
I know. But, you have to have willing partners and stuff. And, my girlfriend was working during the week, and that wasn't necessarily happening. My daughter is a teenager and
Doesn't want to do anything.
Doesn't want to do anything. So I didn't have anybody. So, I mean, I could have went on a solo adventure, like a la, I don't know, like Into the Wild. But that didn't end too well for that dude.
No.
So either way, I'm not going to be bummed about it. I'm here. I'm in my happy place. We're back. And I'd rather be working than on vacation, which is good. Which is good for you because, we have a lot of news to share with you. The first thing I see when I come back is that when we left for vacation, Elon Musk was set to buy Twitter for $44 billion.
Billion.
Yeah.
So we're not even meant to know what that billion means as humans. It's insane.
I know. I mean, some people have too much money nowadays for sure, and the wealth gap is disparaging. But the good news is that Elon Musk is no longer going to buy Twitter. And that's good news for some, bad news for others. But, the reason why is because Elon Musk stated that Twitter would not reveal how many bots they have. There's, a discrepancy in the transparency of the social media app. Because
the bots are insane. It's so ridiculous. Like, I can't even post ads for, like, my hair salon to, try to get clients, and all of a sudden I've got 15,000 bots. It's like, what the heck?
Really? The bots respond to those, huh? So
yeah,
it's a big waste of money. And obviously this is bad for business. And that was the one thing, I guess, holding Elon Musk up, not his accountant saying, please don't do this. So that's what happened. So he backed out of the deal, right? And that was $44 million on the table. Twitter's not happy about it. So now Twitter is threatening to take Elon Musk to court. So he must pay at least $1 billion for backing out of the deal. But to go through court, Twitter has to reveal all the information that Elon Musk was requesting in the first place. So he's kind of getting the last laugh on this. So apparently, this is what he's saying anyways, is he's posting memes on Twitter, basically saying he's playing chess and he wouldn't sign off on the deal because they wouldn't give him all the accurate information. And now Twitter has to take him to court. And to take him to court, they have to give the court all the accurate information on all the bots and all the information you want in the first place.
This saga has just been so difficult to follow, and I thought it was a done deal, and he already did it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, as far as social media is concerned, $44 billion for Twitter does not make sense. It is a great app for news sources and news. It gets the breaking news first from people tweeting on the scene, on location, and having it spread like wildfire. But beyond that, it's really nothing. Instagram and TikTok are where it's at when it comes to social media apps. And then tomorrow will be something new.
Yeah.
So $44 billion for an app that's over 10 years old. That's seriously like, I don't know. I'm not a wise businessman, but I would consider that a foolish buy.
Yeah, but you don't have $44 billion just laying around.
I don't have $44 laying around.
I don't have 44 cents.
Did you just hear my vacation rant? I had no vacation. I was driving through the fast food industry being like, oh, well, that's inflation really affect that combination.
Oh, you went on a fast food tour. Is that what it was?
I did. Yeah.
Gotta try to make this sound some kind of fancy.
No. Your buddy Beef Vegan went from a B cup to a C cup in just 10 days. Follow me. I'll show you how. All right. Today on the show, our listener debate is tickets for Dia de las Luchas, another great wrestling show happening at the Rialto Theater. And we're just going to kick things off with some music. You might know this little band from Long Beach, California, named Sublime. Got your Morning Moron coming up after Corn. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Beef Vegan presents. You know the name of the show. Let's go.
Woo!
Frozen. We're frozen on the stream. There we go. It wasn't frozen. The clip ended. And Good morning, everybody. I'm seeing all your yos. It's good to be back on the podcast broadcast. Good to be back doing the show. Started off cranky on a Monday because I'm like, shit, man. Already back at it, which it's funny too, because as much as I was complaining about waking up and doing this all over again, having 10 days sleeping in, I miss doing the show like every single day that I was gone. And because I didn't get to go to Mexico, I didn't get to do any like California adventures. I did a staycation at Lowe's for a weekend.
How was it? Was it cool? Nice?
I watched a lot of TV, man. I watched in the room, which I could have done at my house and saved $600. Could have been like Todd, just eating a bagel and enjoying my best life.
Please.
Good morning,
this is
Todd.
hummus toast. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
With bacon.
Yeah. Did you have a vacation this last week?
No, I had a vacation like 2 weeks ago when I went and got I guess that was a month ago now when I got married, and then next week, next week or the week after, we're going to Canada for a week. So
so you do
Look
it
at
right.
you vacations every month.
I know.
I'm in my off season mode, man. I get to do whatever I want. I play video games all day.
Yeah. So I did a lot of that, but I wouldn't necessarily call that vacation as well. So, it is what it is. But we're hitting back season 2 strong and getting ready. Sonny said, "Hey, I messaged you before. I moved from Tucson to Harrisburg. Still listen to your show since I found the KFMA app. I was wondering whatever happened to Mari. She was on Mondays before I left Tucson. Mari had her second son. Yeah, and she's doing fantastic. But as
Beef, you don't have to save Sonny. You don't have to save Sonny his feelings. Sonny, listen. She was here for you, Sonny. She was here for you and you only. And as soon as you left, as soon as you moved on, she was so heartbroken and so lost forever that she just pooped out a kid.
Yeah. See, that's why Todd is my favorite troll friend. But yes, no, that's not the reason, Sonny, even though she enjoyed doing the show for you. She just had a second kid. And we had her last show before she had a kid, right? And just assuming that she would never come back. But her and I were both assuming that I wouldn't be renewed. But since the contract got renewed for 2 more seasons, essentially I should be here for another 2 years. And with that knowledge, she plans on coming back. And she'll probably pop up on a Monday in the future. I mean, really, you just wait until her infant child is more of a toddler or, more manageable. So then her husband can watch both kids 1 day a week. So we're excited to have Mari back, but eventually. So she will be back. And then Weirdo right now, she's, is Weirdo. She's not the new Mari. She's just the first Weirdo.
Not just me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be nobody else.
Yeah. It's all part of the crew. But I'm glad that you guys miss her too. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you'll miss Weirdo too.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, it's true. And you'll miss, you'll miss Kat. Kat will probably be in sometime this week. And, happy 7-Eleven. Oh, it's 7-Eleven day.
Is
Oh,
it?
yeah. There's free Slurpee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've never done the 7-Eleven free Slurpee day.
So you're not diabetic. That's cool.
And too bad it's too hot to go outside to find a 7-Eleven.
Oh my gosh, the
I
heat
know.
advisory looks ridiculous today.
I know. Well, it's every day. I went up to Phoenix on Friday for my girlfriend's brother's birthday, and it was like 4 or 5 degrees hotter. And it's one of the rare times that it, when I first moved down here, people were like, "Oh, it's so much cooler in Tucson." Like bullshit.
No, it's not starting to be. We're starting to be that heat bubble, man, the way we're growing. But Phoenix is hot dog breath.
What do you think? Yeah. Well, the thing is, Phoenix stays hot because
Right.
all the concrete and it just
Mhm.
traps the heat all through the night.
Glass, cement, and asphalt.
Right. So, what do you think is keeping Tucson hot then? Because I was looking at the lows, overnight lows are still in the 80s this week in Tucson. And they're kind of on par with Phoenix, which I thought was surprising because, there's a lot of dirt around Tucson. Obviously,
Yeah.
we don't have as much asphalt and concrete.
Well, you go out to the Desert Museum and it drops like 10 degrees.
Well, yeah, if you go in the middle of the desert, but
Yeah.
that's the same thing up, in Phoenix. I mean, we're the same. It's all the Sonoran Desert.
Mm.
But I don't understand why the metropolitan area is as cool at night up in Phoenix as it is in Tucson right now. I don't get that.
I think it's because a lot of
Blacktop is
the buildings are
blacktop.
going up. They're building up now. There's a lot of deeds in Tucson you could not build up because they thought it would, block the view of the mountains or whatever. And a lot of those deeds have ran out. Like TMC Hospital is like a perfect example of that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. We got a bunch of like fancy apartments in the Midtown
Oh my
area that are popping up
gosh.
sky high. I know.
Yeah, downtown Tucson from 5 years, even 2 years ago to now is completely different.
I know. I'm all for it though.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I
I want
if they
fourth.
would paint like there's a lot of murals and stuff down there, but the buildings are all same crap brown.
Give it time. They'll put a Tucson mural on it. Everything gets muralized in this town.
Yeah.
I got a mural on my street, which is fantastic. And I didn't even realize that for the first like 6 months I was living in there. And then I just drove by. I'm like, oh shit, it says Tucson. I got an awesome mural just on the street that I turn on every single day.
Well, quit disassociating while you're driving.
No. But
Pay attention to your surroundings, Beef. Come on.
well, you know what I need to do is yes, look at that. Well, I think Todd's high. That wasn't
Yeah,
that
a
funny.
little bit.
Yeah, but one thing I do need to do for Instagram is just post a shit ton of murals, just kind of like Beef towards Tucson. I'm about 6 years too late, but if I go to any single or every single mural that we come across in town, that's like a post that's like 100 deep at least. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, just hashtag it, right? You'll be good.
Yeah, you know what? I should do a mural a day for 100 days. You think I could do it?
No.
No.
All right. I like your confidence.
No, I think you'll lose interest after like day 3.
I
Maybe like, let's move on.
Here's another mural. I found a wall. It's got paint on it. There you go. Thanks.
No, no,
Hashtag Tucson.
these
3 days
murals,
of that tops.
no, these murals are beautiful.
They
Yeah.
are. They're gorgeous. And pretty much the same 2 artists. Joe
Really?
Pajic and Danny Martin are the
Okay.
main 2 muralists in town.
Well, let's look up their work here in a minute.
Oh,
But let's
there's one across the street from on Ruthroff where I live. I probably gave way too much there, but there's a big
Hold on
church
2
there.
seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast where weirdos giving out our home address. And
Oops.
I got
Please don't.
Todd Marley on the stream joining us via satellite as well, getting nice and toasty on this 7-Eleven day, which is a day where you can get a free Slurpee at 7-Eleven because it's July 11th. Yesterday, of course, was 7/10. Shout out to Chiba Hut, who had their big 7/10 party all day long. And I hope you guys had the opportunity to swing by there, pick up a blunt, and probably get some sprinkles with some THC on top of that. They were doing all types of crazy things for 7/10, which is now a stoner dab holiday. But let me get into this. Here's our D of the week. This is a guy who's he's not a C blocker, but he's crying that other people were getting it on and he wasn't. It happened in Hong Kong where a guest at a hotel was appalled at the sight of a couple getting it on in a jacuzzi just below his balcony, right? Now, this is a situation where it's like if you look out the window and you see a couple like getting it on below you, you can do one of two things. One, all right, like a normal person, just look away, walk away, close your blind, let them do the thing. Or two, watch it till you finish and then walk away.
Right.
Right. So those are the two options, and those are really the only two options. Okay. 3, calling the cops is not a viable option, but he was apparently he wasn't so appalled that he didn't take out his smartphone, take video of them and then unleash it online. But that's exactly what he did. The video shows the guy enjoying his lady friend. And then while she enjoys some noodles. So this is I'm going to show you only on a podcast broadcast stream where you're going to be able to see some of this. Now, it's courtesy of the New York Post, so it will be censored to an extent. But just imagine, let me repeat that sentence again. In these pictures, you're going to see a guy enjoying his girl while his girl enjoys some noodles. So you kind of visually got it set. Now I'm going to show you the pictures on the stream because it's amazing. All right, so there's
what
a
happened
video.
To mind your business?
Right, exactly.
Come on.
Now here's the problem with this. Okay, in Hong Kong, any kind of public sex, not good. In fact, it's against the law, and they can do some serious time there for just getting it on. But here's what you're going to notice on the stream, and this is why this guy's an a-hole. Okay, you see the girl enjoying noodles, the noodle bowl's like literally resting on the guy's head. But see this jacuzzi?
That's way better than what I was imagining.
Yeah, that's good.
The jacuzzi is actually part of the hotel room. It's on their patio. It's a private jacuzzi. So they paid for basically a VIP upgrade. Now below them, several floors, at least 6 floors, is the public pool that you see in the background. But up top, where you can't see and they have privacy of having their own patio, they have their very own jacuzzi. And if you have your very own jacuzzi in a hotel room, what are you going to do in that jacuzzi?
Bang.
Exactly. So this guy filming them and then ratting them out and making it basically to where both these people may end up getting in serious trouble for it definitely makes him the major D of the week. We're going to continue to break down these photos, or I'm just going to continue to look at these pictures on the podcast broadcast
noodles
stream.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am.
I'm craving tacos for whatever reason. Anyways, we'll hit the reset. Be back after this. Clear. All right. So
man, there's multiple positions here.
Oh yeah.
She's really into those noodles. So
while she's eating the noodles. Isn't that
I
the
wonder
best?
if that's part of a kink thing where he's like, I'm gonna do this, but you have to completely be uninterested in doing something mundane like eating noodles.
Yeah, that's a kink thing for sure. I could see that.
Rule 36. If somebody's into it, it's on the internet.
Absolutely. So so sex is illegal in this. Public sex is illegal in Hong Kong, and they say a person who, without a lawful authority or excuse in any public place or in view of the public, shall be guilty of an offense that shall be liable on conviction of a fine or imprisonment up to 6 months.
Hold on. Without lawful authority or excuse, which means they're there somewhere on the books.
Possibly, but at the same time, I would say I don't think the judge would throw the book at him. I think they might get
I think he might ask for the link
because this is a private area. Be like, hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, you say this is public, but I'm a batot. It's only public to the dude above me who's a pervert.
Right.
Rockwell 2.1. Who's this?
This is Tommy.
What's up, Tommy?
Well, I just wanted to say, Beef, I hope you had a decent vacation and missed you. And I really want to let you know that I really appreciate what you're doing at the helm. I think you're doing a great job. I've been following you since the Schmonty days. And, it's fantastic that you got your own gig. And I think you're doing a great job at it.
Thanks, Tommy. I appreciate that. That's a good, especially on my first day back from vacation. I kind of need that.
Yeah, I missed you. I heard, you guys had some kind of repeats or whatever going on the last couple of weeks. You deserve a vacay for sure, but it's not the same as the real deal. And I'm glad to have you back, Beef.
I appreciate that, Tommy. Yeah, I did a best. What it is, it's my best of show for the ADD. I do this where it's basically all like 30 to 60-second clips that I have them load up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, again, like this call is so welcomed right now because I literally got yelled at by my boss not 25 minutes ago.
He did.
Yeah, for switching out songs. So I'm like, great, welcome back. That's the first thing he fucking said to me since I came back. Was to yell at me for.
Do you want to divulge who? Do you want to divulge who your boss is?
No, not on the stream.
No.
Yeah. But
Okay.
It wasn't like,
Well,
hey,
if it's not Larry Mack, fuck him.
All right, I gotta let you go, Tommy. But
go.
I appreciate the call.
Yeah, keep it up, Beef.
Thanks,
Thank
dude.
you very much. You're doing a great job.
All right, thanks, Tommy. I appreciate that. We'll talk to you soon. All right, so
You're getting all kinds of bro love today.
yeah, which is good. I mean, I haven't been back. I've been gone off the air for 10 days, so I do appreciate the bro love, all of it,
Yeah.
and of course, the lady love too. Good morning, Linda. Good to see you back on the
Good
stream.
morning.
And so I posted a thing. I want to tell you what's next, and I was gonna go on this. I was gonna make this an air break. The thing about evolution is, like you don't notice evolution is happening until something's already evolved, right?
It's a slow process.
Yes. The station is in the process of evolving, and not even my management knows this, but we are, and for the better, and that is the goals, and that's what we're going for, and everything's going really good as far as momentum, the show growth. People couldn't be happier. So I'm going to get back into shows. And my first show that I'm going to do at The Rock here on August 12th is going to be called Steal the Show, Win the Dough. And I put out a call for local bands here in Tucson if they want to be a part of this show. And this is how I'm going to break it down. And let me talk to these local bands real quick right now. So if you're in a local band and you want to participate in our first ever Beef Vegan Presents Steal the Show, Win the Dough showcase, all you have to do is email me at beefvegan@kfma.com or slide into my DMs on social media. Here's how this show works, okay? We're going to get 6 bands on the bill. Each band is going to be asked to perform 3 original songs and 1 cover song within a 20-minute set, okay? With that, 3 original songs, 1 cover song, whoever does the best, meaning they steal the show, and they win over our judges and the audience that shows up at The Rock on Friday, August 12th. They're going to win the entire door. So this is an opportunity where basically bands put their money where their mouth is, but they're not paying to play. I want to make that painfully clear. But this is an opportunity for a local band to get a big payday. And a lot of bands, especially when they're up and coming or whatever the case, they're playing for maybe like $50 to split amongst 4 to 5 people. Right? So they're not getting paid much. This is an opportunity to give at least one band a big chunk of change like they're a touring headliner. And all they have to do is bring the goods. So if you steal the show, you're going to win the dough. And this is going out to all my local bands out there here in the Tucson area. If you want to participate in that, slide into my DMs. All right. So
how many bands are you looking to book?
6 total.
6 total. Okay.
Yeah. So you're doing 20-minute sets. We'll DJ in between and play games. It's The Rock, August 12th. 3 judges.
Who are you gonna have judge?
Like Powers, probably you. Yeah. Todd, if you want.
I want to be one of those judges. If you want
to judge, yeah.
If anybody from Subterraneo is listening, please, because I mean, now I showed my bias, but like I think they're awesome.
Well, see, if you're showing your bias, then you're out as a judge. You can't be biased in this judge. You gotta be
that night. They might not hit.
I need no shenanigans. I'm
bias free over here. No bias whatsoever. I barely even go outside and see a show.
I go to shows all the time. I mean, but hey, they could deliver, they could not. Like, who knows?
Yeah. So if you're asking why am I doing this style of showcase, well, one, this is the best way to kind of vet local talent right off the bat because we're going to do a lot of shows, and that's part of the evolution process. 2 is I don't want to just bring out people who already go to local shows, right? So if you book any of these bands, sure, a lot of bands have friend bases. And then some bands have fan bases, right? There is a difference between the two. But And whether a band's bringing out their friend base or their fan base, these are bands that are going to be seeing these other bands again. I want to bring out listeners who are hesitant to go to a local show and be like, hey, we're going to show you bands showing their best. This is a showcase. This is a different style of event to entertain you. It's not 45 minutes of songs you don't know in a row by a band you don't know and don't even care about. And then what if they suck? Well, here's the good news. If one of these bands suck, you only have to go outside and smoke a cigarette and you come back, their set is over.
Yeah.
They're getting ready for the next one, right?
Has there been a show like this in Tucson before? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some battle of the bands and whatnot, but I mean, something like this.
It's not a battle of the bands, and I do hate battle of the bands, and this is why this is my response to that.
Got it.
Because battle of the bands, a lot of times it's lazy promoting is what it is, and what will happen is whoever brings the most people usually win, and then
it's usually a popularity contest,
right? And then it's usually not a one night only event; it's usually a series. So that way, a promoter can bank a bunch of money, and then whoever wins at the end of it is drawing that promoter and venue a bunch of money for them just to get a little payout at the end. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm saying you bring the ruckus, you steal the show. Here's your door, but boom, minus cost of what it takes to rent the venue. And it still should be a good payday. So we'll announce that lineup here, hopefully by the end of the week, as we look forward to that weekend. That weekend is a whole local takeover, because on Saturday, I am going to be hosting Keep Tucson Sketchy Best of show at the Screening Room. So that's Saturday, August 13th. So that's a full weekend of we're going to take over the local music scene, then we're going to take over the local comedy scene. And that's what we're doing the second weekend of August. If you guys are down, mark it on your calendar. Join us.
Already did.
Yeah. Because we're just going to be getting toasty. Are you marking on your calendar, Todd? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah. I have enough things going on that I actually keep a calendar now.
Nice.
Yeah, make sure you post a link about this to your page so I can share it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't even set up a ticket. I mean, there's a whole bunch of work I got to do today.
Yeah. All that
I guess I'm not on
stuff.
vacation anymore. So
nope.
Let me ask you this question. And I'm asking all the streamers out there, as well as Todd and Weirdo. What's something that we buy but never use? What is one thing that you buy but never use and you should never buy?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Most of my Steam library. Games. I buy too many games. I buy board games. I buy electronic. I buy games and never play them. I have a problem with this, especially if it's on sale.
Yeah, why do you do that?
I don't know.
We should have another game night here soon, though. I was going to hit you up on that this week, but I ended up not doing anything.
Not doing any work. I'm glad I'm nothing but work to you. Thank you.
I buy
No, I said not doing anything, not work. I said anything. Yeah. It was a very antisocial vacation. What were you saying there, Weirdo?
Books. But I wouldn't put it on the tail end of that. Like, I still think I should buy books. Like, I just don't read them all.
Yeah, let's see what some of the comments the streamers say.
Apparently that I'm biased.
Oh, yeah.
Cut her out.
Manny said books as well.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to read.
I don't know how to read.
Well, the reason why I ask is there are things that there was a Money Talks news that made a write-up talking about the things that we buy and never use. And this is most common with people, like starting off with online subscriptions, whether it's a streaming service, a foreign language class, a search site for old classmates or whatever. It's safe bet that you're currently paying for something you'd only used once. And you know what I found out that I was paying for? I was super pissed that this happened, was my sleep recording app. Remember when I did this once where I played back a recording that I had when I farted in the middle of the night, which is fun. The problem is it's summertime and I sleep with a super loud fan. So,
you can't hear anything.
When I try, it just ends up recording all night long. So even if there is anything I make noise over the fan, I'd have to go through 7 hours of audio to find it. So it wasn't worth it to use the app. So I didn't use the app. I totally forgot about it. I was using it during the trial period and then I forgot. And then I've been paying, $4.99 a month for this app. So if you're a victim of that and you've done that as well, let me know. Let's see. Gabriel said shoes. Shoes is something that he'll pay for. Bananas. Yep. Always go to waste.
Manny.
Oh, those little mini peppers. I always get them with the best intentions because I want to add them into like breakfast foods or add them into tacos or something like that. And then I maybe use 2 of them in one thing and then the rest of the bag just goes.
In my family.
Yeah, you use the whole bag?
I can't eat onions, so that's a really good like substitute for me.
I hate onions, so I agree.
So
yeah. I've done the same thing as you though. I pick up the bag of mini peppers and I've had a lot of those go bad. Bananas, same thing, to the point where I'm like just buying them when they're green.
You have so much hope when you're at the store. You're like, I'm gonna eat all of these, and then suddenly you're like, I guess I'm making banana bread. Put those in the freezer.
I do that with boar's head chicken. Like I'll go my weekly thing that I'll always grab at the deli is a sliced chicken from at Fry's from Boar's Head, which is pricey. It's usually about $10 a bag. I'll do that at the beginning of the week or on a Sunday to do my grocery shopping, and then forget I have lunch meetings all the next week, and then not get to it, and essentially just waste $10. But okay, so that's something. Extended warranties, they say, is a bad buy.
Yeah.
They say they make you feel better when you buy them, but that's it. Filing cabinets sound good when you buy them, but you shouldn't. You never use them.
I mean, I use them. It's just I never open them. Like I shove everything in there, and that's it.
That's
you
not
file it away and forget.
Yeah, that's just storage, right?
So I use it once. Fine.
Right. Home exercise equipment. Like too many times people have bought home exercise equipment and haven't.
Usually as a New Year's resolution.
And this one I thought was very interesting. And I've been victim of this too. I think I probably spent hundreds of dollars for a gym membership that I never used. So gym memberships, the industry counts on you joining them and never using it. That's like literally the industry secret, is that they just count on people signing up for these membership fees and then never showing up to the gym. So that's why there's no cap of how many people could be a member of a gym, because they want to have 10,000 people be a monthly member and only 100 people show up. You're right.
Right.
So, yeah, those are some things. All right, we got 10 seconds. I want to talk about this new vegan burger that tastes like human flesh. Yeah. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents, live and back from vacation. Thank you guys for Why are you guys laughing?
So growly.
Oh, no, that was perfect. Perfect morning radio right there.
First off, I'm on a rock station.
So hardcore.
I'm a recovering strip club DJ hosting a morning radio show on a rock station every now and then. Gotta add a little gravel. Thank you. Was it good? That was good.
Perfect. It was perfect.
I'll do it again if you want me to do it again.
No, we got to keep going with the break.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so is this a cannibal burger? My daughter's been infuriating me with her extreme vegan diet, and it's my fault because my name's Beef Vegan. I named her Veal Vegan. It was only a matter of time to where she would actually want to be vegan, even though I've never been vegan in my entire life. I'm just an oxymoron. Some would argue just a moron.
I make the argument.
Thank you. But she's now at a point where she's been vegan for like a month now, but it's straight up like full stop vegan, no compromise whatsoever. So like we went to Chiba Hut to have a sandwich, and she ordered the vegetarian little grifo thing. It came out. She noticed there's some specks of Parmesan cheese on the sandwich, and she's like, I can't eat this. I almost lost my ass because Chiba, first off, are friends of the show. I don't want to be that guy to return a sandwich and say, can you make this again, but without those 3 specks of Parmesan cheese? Secondly, right? Like you were just eating cheese less than a month ago, and now you act like this processed fake, like just sprinkles of flavoring mixed in with the hummus and everything else is going to be so detrimental. Like there's no vegan coach. She's not in vegan class. She's not going to fail a vegan test. They're not going to take away her vegan card. You see what I'm getting at?
Does she do this for moral reasons or just because she's being the rebellious
She's
teen?
doing it because she's 16 years old and there's a tons of issues, and she thinks that vegan diet is the way to go to fix those. And I appreciate her wanting to be healthy, but it's also unhealthy to be this extreme without the compromise.
Yeah.
So all that rant was leading into this. There's a new vegan burger. And this is why people hate vegans, by the way. I mean, I almost broke it down to her. I was like, this is why people think vegans are a-holes. I was
should be adding
thinking
to
it.
that.
I wanted to say it to her face. I was thinking it so much, but I didn't say it to her face. But there's a new vegan burger that, quote unquote, tastes like human flesh. And it was recently unveiled at Cannes. And I don't know why. But yeah, the burger that tastes like human flesh is bringing home awards at the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity. Now, they say complaints that vegan meat never tasted like beef propelled a Swedish company to create a plant-based meat that instead tastes like human flesh, and it seems to be paying off. The company made sure that
Todd
the burger.
has a question.
Yes, Todd.
Where did they do their research?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
That
Just
was
like, what did they have to compare it against to know?
Right.
Just
that's the thing. I could give like a weirdo here. If she never had a Snickers, I'd give her a bite of my Snickers and be like, hey, you like that? That's exactly how human flesh tastes like. And she wouldn't have a reference to counter that, right? She would just have to take my word for it, right? But yeah, so how do you know it tastes like human flesh? And yeah, is there a series of people studying this flavor palette for this Swedish company to be able to be
cannibals.
like, nailed it? Right. Right.
I mean, I'm into the weird stuff, but that's a step too far.
This is even too weird for you to report on.
Yeah.
So the company made sure that the burger was lifelike as possible using soy, mushrooms, wheat proteins, and a mystery spice mix, which I'm guessing is human flesh. But
it's just dead skin cell flakes.
That wouldn't be vegan, even if it's a dead skin cell flakes. Now, the company's brand leader did say that they are all very proud that they work so hard and now they're being rewarded on this. And they guarantee that no humans were hurt in the making of their patties, but they didn't guarantee that no humans were hurt in the testing of their patties. It
hurts this human's brain.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah. There's so much more to unpack on this. So we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us there or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. One time I asked a girl, and this is a little too crude for radio, but I asked a girl, she was vegan. I said, okay, you're vegan. That's cool. So can I ask you a question? Do you swallow? Now, this girl, this was at a bar and everything. She was a cool girl. I kind of knew her.
This wasn't an opening question.
Yeah. This wasn't just like coming up and being some crude. It was
hi, stranger.
Based off of respect and curiosity that I asked this question. And you're laughing, but I meant it. Like, you're vegan. Do you swallow? And she's like, yes. And I was like, well, then you're not vegan.
We are mammals. I'm laughing because I'm like, he's got a point.
Yeah, that was my
point. Got a serious
Mm-hmm.
point.
And we got in this heated back and forth about it. And I tried to say, like, look, man, like, whenever you drink a milk, you're not drinking a billion baby cows. But that's exactly what you're doing when you swallow like a cup of man love. So, she still didn't agree with me, but I still stand by it.
Thank you for this. Cause now I've got a really solid, good argument when somebody's like, I'm vegan. And I'd be like, so really?
Right.
Let's really dive in.
So you would say, have you had this debate before?
No, but I'm gonna.
Just trying to bait it. Actually, things did get weird today. Earlier, we had, let's see if I uploaded that already. We had Weirdo report on that. Oh, yeah. This, in case you missed it, is Let's Get Weirdo. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents 643 on Rock 102.1. And it's time to get weird with Weirdo. Let's do this. But now, Weirdo, you got an obsession with weird news stories on the interwebs?
I do.
All right. Well, share one with me, please.
All right. Well, the lead into this is Brazilian influencer ends up in wheelchair from holding in her farts.
I feel like this has happened before in Brazil. There's something about Brazilian booties that need to pass gas.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So it happened again in Brazil. I mean, it just keeps happening. So earlier this year, Brazilian singer Polka was hospitalized with trapped gas from holding in her fart. Okay. And now influencer VTube has been forced into a trip to the doctor for the same problem caused by the same thing.
That's funny. I remember the story because we reported on it a few months ago.
Okay.
From that first influencer. She held it in because she didn't want to fart around her boyfriend and she was in a new relationship. But then, it almost killed her. So this influencer, same thing in Brazil.
Yes.
Was she dating the same guy?
I don't know. I hope not. I mean, okay. Are you with your boyfriend 24/7? You can't walk down to the store and whatever.
Well, look how beautiful this girl is. I pulled her up on the screen. So yeah, if I was her boyfriend 24/7, absolutely. Would definitely be around her. I mean, I'm around,
She's gorgeous.
Yeah. So, especially at the very beginning.
Okay, all right. Maybe I get it a little bit because weird confession. If my partner farts around me, it actually makes me cry.
Cry?
I find it disrespectful. So I guess I get it, but yeah.
Okay, so have you ever farted in front of one of your partners?
They didn't know it.
Okay,
yeah,
you're one of those.
I'm sneaky.
Yeah, you're a ninja.
Sneaky.
Okay, so what happened?
Ninja farter.
What happened with this influencer model who ended up in a wheelchair for not farting?
So again, this is the second one because we were on repeat down in Brazil. So Tube was at the airport when her pains became so severe, it forced the staff to transport her in a wheelchair to get help.
Wow.
So she couldn't even walk.
Wow.
That's how bad it hurt.
I wonder, it'd be so amazing if the paramedics showed up and just real quick pulled her finger and all you heard was
saved her thousands of dollars at the emergency room.
Like just a gust of wind just shoots out of her like an X-Men. Oh man, that's a superpower I want to see. So she is okay though?
It seems like she's okay to the point that she was able to post to Polka, the original one who did this, that she understood her. To which Polka replied, "Farting is serious."
Oh, I got to come up with a stupid nickname for the both of them.
I wouldn't even know. Just let your body do what it naturally does. Because doctors are encouraging people not to hold in their farts, or they may be absorbed into the bloodstream and exhaled from their mouths. And stop following stupid celebrities.
Yeah,
stop doing what they're doing.
Yeah, if you don't fart out your ass, you'll end up burping up farts, and then you'll have breath that smells like your farts. Not good.
Now,
if you come up with a clever name for the two models who are now like gas twins, something phonetically, I would love to hear it. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. We got your F My Life coming up right after the break, so keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. But we'll see. And we're back. There you go. Let's get weirdo with weirdo. Oh, you like that? You still high there? All right, let me get into some more viral.
Try to get some hot rock going here.
That's just Todd.
Okay.
That's just Todd. Doing his legal thing, his legal due diligence. We asked on Facebook, and if you didn't comment on the Facebook page, feel free to comment in the comments on the stream. But we have I forgot to balance out my commercials, so I have 7.5 minutes of commercials coming up here in a minute. I asked the question, what's the most annoying trait a person can have that instantly makes you turn the other way? And this was based off of a list of annoying traits that make people think you're ignorant. One of the things is I have a couple smart friends. Most of them aren't, but I have a few that are like uber educated that still I consider family and vice versa. But since I curse so much, I've been told that that's a sign to them of my ignorance, and I actually disagree with that.
I argue that every time. I cuss like a sailor. It gives flavor.
Some people, though, do perceive it, and it really depends on the situation, and that's what it comes down to. Now, there have been many studies that show that cursing is a trait of honesty. Honest people tend to curse more. Just let it fly. But again, say you're in a professional situation or scenario, and you're coming out and be like, "Hey, so I just checked out your fucking dog, and it looks like the X-rays came back positive. So your fucking dog's gonna be great. So you'll be able to take your fucking dog on a fucking walk here fucking soon."
Yeah, I mean, but it's like a grotesque amount where it's every other word, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't know. Somebody put on here and cleaning their teeth at the dinner table or on a podcast. Todd.
Listen, man, the bacon's got to come out. I had one way in the back there, and now I'm just a toothpick person. Not even cleaning the teeth. I'm just chewing on the toothpick.
Well, that's when you got to go to like Screensaver or something. So, let's see.
Chewing like a cow, 100%. If you are chewing, like hearing mouth noises, makes me want to punch babies.
Was that Ashley, or are you looking through the Facebook comments?
Yeah, Facebook comments.
Yeah. So yeah, she wrote chewing like a cow.
Yeah. So agreed. Please don't. We just went to we went to the loft and they showed this short film, and that's all it was chewing. And I'm just sitting there going la 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 la. Like I will run.
Speaking of seeing films, how many of you guys seen the new Thor?
Ooh.
Yes. Did you see it, Todd?
I did go and see it. It was good. I mean, if you thought Ragnarok was letting Taika Waititi, I think I butchered that, but whatever. He thought it was allowing him to go full Taika. This is letting him go full Taika.
I love everything he's doing right now. He's got that.
You're gonna love this movie.
He makes everything bisexual, and I'm here for it.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna love this movie. Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder was great. It was really enjoyable, but it was a lot of fan service. So.
Oh, fair enough.
There was, but I did enjoy it as well. Real quick, Rock 102.1. Who's this?
This is Mike.
Mike, what's up?
Hey, I won some Dirty Honey tickets a while ago before you guys had them in. And the guy never called me yet to tell me if I could come pick him up or not.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Well, his name's Mucho. You could call the front desk here in about 20 minutes or so. You can find the phone number at KFMA.com and just ask them if your tickets are in. And I think Drum will be able to let you know if they're in. I'm sure they are.
All right.
Okay.
Very cool.
Hey, yeah, it's going to be a good show. No worries, Mike. Talk to you soon. All right. So, yes, you're right about that assessment. There was a lot of fan service, and it was very Taika and I'm waiting. I'm surprised they didn't play a shit ton of Guns N' Roses today, because anyone who walks away from Thor: Love and Thunder is going to have an added appreciation for Guns N' Roses, because they were featured heavily throughout the entire movie. So much so to where a character's name is Axel in honor of Guns N' Roses posters in the background. They did like 4 different songs, I believe the count is 4, and I could be off by 1 or 2. Either way, but of Guns N' Roses song in the same movie, right? To where it was like a 2-hour Guns N' Roses music video.
They did the soundtrack.
They did the entire soundtrack
20 years ago. They just didn't know it.
Yeah. So that was fun. And yeah, I went into it hesitant, because I had high hopes, but I was also concerned because there were very mixed reviews going into this film. Right? There's some people that
I don't read the reviews.
This film, I do. I read all that shit. Right? I have a film critic for a despised friend, and I take his word for half the shit. And I knew that Thor was getting dumped on a lot by critics, and I was a little concerned because we didn't get a trailer for Thor until the very last minute, and usually that could be a bad sign. I mean, there's a lot of variables that led me into being like, oh, don't tell me this is going to be like Doctor Strange. Because I didn't like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
I haven't seen it yet. Shush.
Well, I'm not
good. I like that one too, because that was Sam Raimi getting to do Marvel horror. It was great.
Oh yeah, and I did buy Frank a children's ticket. So I'm gonna tell that story on the air real quick, okay? Because I went with Powers to see Thor: Love and Thunder on Thursday night. Here, we're on in 5 seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beef Vegan Presents. Real quick, we're talking about Thor: Love and Thunder on the podcast broadcast stream with Todd Marley. I just saw Powers popped in, and I actually saw Thor: Love and Thunder with Powers last Thursday night. And I did one of those things where it was the movie theater where you get the designated seating and they feed you. We're not going to say the name, but I bought the tickets online, and I had the option. I bought one adult and I bought one children's ticket, right? Because one, it's cheaper. And so I let Powers know, like, hey, dude, we're going here. I bought you a kid's ticket. So if anybody asks, let me do the talking. He's like, oh, no.
No,
I'm like, if they come up and they say, "Hey, excuse me, sir, I see that you got one adult and one child ticket, but you clearly have two adults." And I was going to say, I'm like, well, obviously this is my very special friend here. He is a man child. Did you see his attire here? Just look at his gold shoes. Don't question it. Now you're just being offensive. Obviously, he's mentally a child. So I was gonna go with this whole like defense. And of course, Powers gets deeply offended by this.
As he should.
As he should not. I'm like, look at the way he's dressing. He's got a Spider-Man shirt and a Thor hat. Doesn't even match. But you're not going to tell this kid any differently. He's special. And so we're talking about the gold shoes and everything, and he's getting upset by this. But we go to the theater anyways. As soon as we show up to the theater, and I was like, hey, if once I was going through this hypothetical scenario of me talking to the ticket agent, saying he's my special friend, and like look at his gold shoes and be like, these are my special shoes, is what I told Powers to say. Right when we showed up to the movie theater, he immediately has a guy behind us say, "Hey, I like your gold shoes," and he looks at me just with disdain in his eyes, just so upset. And it's like, and he looks back at the guy and he goes, "These are my special shoes." All right, so good. Powers, I'm going to invite you in on the stream real quick. Tell me if I'm lying. He hated the fact that...
he's going to no-sell you now.
No, he won't. He'll tell the truth. Because it was so fucking funny. We were so high, and he was so... This was the only time... Because, look, I've been with Powers in public a billion times right now, right? And every single time we go out, somebody mentions his shoes. He loves it. He loves the attention. Obviously, a man with gold shoes is going to love attention. He's an entertainer by nature. So, yeah, he loves that. And
did any of the employees question it, or did they just not care? Yeah, they don't get paid enough.
No, they never check that, and it doesn't matter. In fact, here's a hack, if you will, a beef tip. You never pay. You could go 2 child ticket. It doesn't matter. Like if you go into, there's not even a ticket agent. I'm doing the Roadhouse thing. I just, if you bought the seats, you just go in and you sit down. As long as there's not somebody else being like, "Hey, these are my seats," then they don't care.
Yeah.
So
they're going to see such an influx of children's tickets being bought.
Well, it really depends. I mean, it obviously can't be a 9:00 showing of a rated R movie and have all things. It was a PG-13 movie. And it was a 9:00 showing, but that's why I did one adult. That was me.
Right.
And then one child. And that basically balanced it out because there's a $3 like service fee when you buy the tickets online. And it was a $3 discount from the adult ticket to the child ticket. So basically I made it a wash.
Absorbed the fee.
Yeah. It was good. So Powers, I sent you the invite if you want to jump in there. It was fantastic though. The fact that he just gave me the look. It's as soon as we got there, the first person that sees him goes, "Hey man, I really like your gold shoes." And for the very first time ever, I see him do this to me. He's just like, immediately looks over at me like, and then
grim acceptance.
Yeah.
Ruined it for him. Ruined it.
And then he's like, "These are my special shoes." And I almost said, I wish I had the trombone sound effect there ready to go. It was amazing.
Wah, wah.
And I was like, well, there you go, bud. He was just bad because my argument was that all I had to do to make my argument that he was special was like, look at how he's dressed. And he's just like, "How dare you?" I'm like, well, I mean, I'm saying, I don't think there's a 17-year-old movie attending kid in Arizona that would question it. I think they'd all give it a pass. So here's Powers. Let's ask him.
Boom.
Wearing a Batman shirt. Yes, sir.
Yeah. See? There you go.
You can't see it. I'm wearing a very old Star Wars shirt, so lay off him, maybe.
I'm wearing a Tucson shirt.
Yeah, Todd, you dress in regular geek chic. Powers goes a little bit extreme.
Is that a NASA?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what you Powers. Oh, you had what on?
Well,
that
I
hat?
had this NASA hat on, a Spider-Man shirt, and a big-eyed look of adorableness that only a 10-year-old could capture. So
That's
He
right.
got away
That's
with
right.
it.
Yeah.
I
And
sold it. I sold it.
he did. And we got so stoned he was drooling on himself. So, I mean, they just did not question it. In fact, they were thinking about just giving us the tickets for free because they thought I was making a wish.
He tussled my hair. We brought my hair in a separate bag, and he tussled it.
Yes. Here's another beef tip here too. We sat in the handicap row at Roadhouse, which is amazing. No, this is great. Was this not great? Because on each side they have these tables for the handicap row. They have tables, so you could put the wheelchair up, presumably, or whatever the situation is, and then you're kind of just sitting there with a table like you're at a sports bar watching a movie, which is okay, right? Not for a Marvel movie that's usually like 2.5 hours, even though Thor ran short. But what was great about this is I know that barely ever do you see anybody sitting in those handicap seats. And so I knew that nobody would be in that row. So Powers and we got our little love seat there, and we had a table on each side of us. So literally had nobody on our other elbow. We had like total privacy.
You put a lot of thought into this.
Well, those were the two available, but I knew they were going to be the best seats in the house. And was I wrong?
No, we were able to feed each other popcorn the whole night. It was great.
Seriously. Jerk each other off the whole night.
Cut the hole in the bottom of the popcorn bowl.
No, you don't even have to do that. When it's two bros, we know what's at the bottom of the popcorn. No. All right. Well, you know what? Thanks for popping in. Rico was supposed to be in, but he's been off for a week and he forgot our schedule.
I was gonna ask.
So mornings, you say?
Yeah. So
I
Rico,
even texted last night to confirm, like, we're ready to go tomorrow. Let's go.
And you know what? I thought for a second, I should text Rico, but then I'm like, nah, he knows this because I talked to him last week because he forgot that I was on vacation. And he was basically he hit me up and he was like, hey, man, I don't think I can make it in on Monday. How about Tuesday? I'm like, I'm on vacation, man. Yeah, so don't come in. And then, so, I mean, we got some ball busting to do with Rico.
Rico, the great disappointment.
He's like a goldfish, man. You can't remember the next day.
He can remember doing his workout circuit.
Right,
that.
flats.
Mm-hmm.
I love how we just both mimicked making it, like, working out, like,
all wrong.
I know. So the recap on Monday, back on the show. We came up with a new game that I was excited to play with. And I played this with Weirdo real quick, and she couldn't do it. Let's see if you can do it, Powers.
Was I the inaugural? Like the fairy one?
Yeah, and I need better tickets to give away. So, I mean, no disrespect to Dia de los Luchas, but I need something that people like desperately want to win. Right?
Sure.
This game. It's called the Yes Game. Okay. The game is you just have to say yes to 10 questions.
I don't like this game.
No.
All right. You ready to do the Yes Game? See if you can do this, Powers.
Yes.
Okay. See, that's right off the bat.
Good warm up.
You're starting off good. All right. We're going to go quick. Okay. Powers, are you attracted to clowns?
Yes.
All right. Powers, do you creep on your ex on Facebook?
Oh, yes.
Powers, do you think anyone saw you steal that laptop from work?
Yes, I do.
All right. Powers, are you a bad tipper?
Yes. Famous.
Powers, would you get the poop emoji tattooed on your forehead?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Powers, would you press your penis against another penis and then high five the man?
Oh, sure.
All right. Powers, do you remember when you called Weirdo a shitty personality?
Oh, yes.
I said no to that when it was flipped.
Yeah.
So good on you.
Powers, is your Google history bad?
Yes.
And Powers, do you enjoy smelling other people's feet?
Yes.
See how easy that is?
Yeah.
And easiest game in the world.
Yeah, you just won. Oh,
good job.
Yes.
Back on the podcast broadcast, and unfortunately, fortunately, we're back on the air, but unfortunately, we're out of time. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the show. Don't forget, the Beef Vegan Presents is on demand on youtube.com/beefvegan or anywhere you stream things. Tomorrow morning, Rico and Powers will both be in studio. We'll continue to give away tickets for Dia de los Luchas, and we're going to have a special in-studio guest in 9 o'clock hour, comedian. was pointing to you, Powers. And of course, it's a Tap Out Tuesday. So it's going to be a full house tomorrow. It'll be lots of fun. But enjoy the rest of your day. Riley's up next. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
When you try to be
So
will come and
close.
to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will have all your teeth.
Later days.